Police Force has again paroled 71 suspected armed robbery syndicates alongside with anti-tracking device used for car snatching within and outside the Abuja environs. The suspects, who were engaged with all sorts of criminal activities, going about terrorizing the innocent citizens, were intercepted by the operatives of the STS and the Tactical Intelligence Unit in their various hideouts and locations in the country. Parading the suspect at the SARS office in Abuja, the first public relations officer, Frank Mba, said the officers and men swim into action to guarantee a hitch-free celebration by members of the public. In the recent times, Nigerians have witnessed various forms of criminal activities, one of which was armed robbery that metamorphosed into what is popularly known as one chance, kidnapping amongst others. This set of criminal syndicates are always targeting individuals whom in one way find themselves at late hours. Hence, it has never been thoughtful that nemesis will befall them at every point of their criminal activities.
In order to ensure that citizens are able to sleep with their two eyes closed during this period, in order to ensure that citizens are able to travel our highways freely, and in order to ensure that citizens are able to have a violent-free, crisis-free, and crime-free celebrations, our operatives nationwide, and particularly at these bays housing the IRT and the STS, have been working around the clock to proactively take off some of these very dangerous elements. Today, we have a total of 71 suspects, all males, 9 AK-47 rifles, 3 other assorted weapons, 2 vehicles, 1 motorcycle, over 18 handsets or mobile phones of assorted mix recovered from these suspects. Over 4,000 packs of tramadol tablets and so many other incriminating items that were recovered during this mop-up operation. But I think in particular, the residents of Abuja, we have a lot of good news for you. A one-chance syndicate that specializes in targeting women is among the syndicates taken out during this period, meaning that Abuja women, Abuja ladies, Abuja residents, you will have a one-chance free Christmas celebration. Another 2-man gang that has been carrying out a lot of house-breaking and burglary activities within FCT Metropolis, particularly in Gwarimpa, ISIS, was also taken out, and 18 television sets of different makes and sizes recovered from them. Another 2-man gang that specializes in robbing people at ATM points is also among the criminal gangs taken out in this pre Christmas mop-up operation. We believe with the clearance of these gangs, Abuja residents will have a crime-free period during this season. Using this opportunity to call on residents within the FCT whose houses or office might have been burgled in recent time to come to this office here at the IRT and STS base and come and look at some of these television sets and other electronic gadgets that were recovered and see if you can identify them as yours. If they are yours, if any of them is yours, the operatives here will gladly return them, release them to you.
He's speaking. Frank urges online business owners to collaborate with security communities to identifying those who shade under their platform to procure such an intelligent device for criminal acts, thus pledging solidarity to working with banking regulators for easy identification of ATM users at every point in time.
Come to the ATM point, they loiter around, and when you are trying to withdraw money, they approach you offering to assist. And in the process, two things could happen. It is either they try to help you, and in the process, they exchange your ATM card with theirs that is clearly inactive. And then you leave the ATM point without cash, but with a defective card that does not belong to you in the first instance. Or they help you to make the withdrawal. And after you've withdrawn cash, they will surreptitiously exchange your card with a defective card. In which case, you will leave the ATM point with cash, but with an ATM card that is inactive and that is not yours. A total of 184 ATM cards from different banks and of course bearing different names were recovered from them. This gang does not only operate in Abuja, they spread their tentacles and the operations across other states such as Enugu, Bauchi, Jos, to mention just but a few. For the gang that specializes in one chance targeting women, they operate in a Mazda saloon car. Another case of interest, and that should be of interest to Nigerians, and which for us is very disturbing, is a case involving the arrest of a suspect who procured anti-tracking equipment. These are equipment that have the capacity to silence the transmission capacity of your phones. This is an equipment that we call locally a jamming equipment. And so with this equipment, we need to work with the banking regulators and the bankers themselves to ensure that we outlaw the use of apparels that cover or conceal your faces while making withdrawals. We need to continuously review our systems to ensure that criminal elements don't hide under the liberty provided by democracy and the free market and free world to unleash terror and sufferings on innocent citizens.
So when we are moving, that will be looking for passenger. So I'll get one person, one woman, that will enter at the back. Then the person in the front, that will be the person that will carry the seat back. So the person at the back will be the person that will bring the head on his lap. So the person in the front will carry the bag and know what is inside the bag. So if you have ATM, then we'll ask you for the PIN number. Then you tell him the PIN number. The person in the front will now go to the ATM to withdraw the money.
We go to ATM stand, ATM points. We'll go and pretend as if we want to withdraw, or sometimes we'll actually make withdrawals. So when we're at the ATM point, we'll be watching when people coming to withdraw. And we might pretend that we're having network challenges too, until we find a victim that is having challenges withdrawing. At that point, if the person wants to withdraw, we might just step forward as if we want to help the person to withdraw. So if we help the person withdraw, once we remove the card, we'll exchange the card and give the person, swap the card and give the person a replica of the card he or she brought to the point. And go. After we might have picked his or her PIN already. We'll stand behind the person when the person wants to impute the PIN. We'll be behind you, then we'll be watching your hand as you're imputing the PIN. That's how we get it. So normally, I started in 2016. We were arrested in 2016. So after our release, I now went for service. The money I've realized over 3 million, but it doesn't come once. Sometimes it comes in pieces. It depends on the number of people that you go out to do the work with. Advice for the general public is, once they are at the ATM points, they shouldn't allow anybody interfere with their card, or once they want to input their PIN, they should make sure they hide the PIN when imputing it. And they shouldn't allow anybody to have access to the card or touch that card at the point.
How much did you buy it?
How much?
How much, yes?
Any other technological device that you have in mind, apart from this one, that you still want to use?
No.
No. Apart from this one, no. That you see give out to them?
No.
Okay, so what made you to go into this business?
After this, you have said it.
Money.
What made you to, what made you to go into this?
What made me go into this business is I needed money. I needed to raise money.
Then your advice to car owners?
What is your advice to other criminals?
Yes, my advice to other criminals is crime doesn't pay. Car owners.
It's good. That
Yes.
fellow
Car owners. My advice for them is they should avoid late movements, unnecessary late movements, because all of these activities do take place in the night.
Also paraded was Omar Gaba and his gangs, who were suspected to have masterminded the recent kidnap of the traditional ruler of Orobochi district head.
Ana ba da maganin gargajiya da roƙon Allah ga mutane daban-daban kan bukatu daban-daban.
He said he give traditional medicine to people and he also pray for them as a suicide.
Kidnapping da aka yi daga
Sarkin Rubuci.
daga sarkin Rubuci, abinda na sani an sa ni daga cikin masu yin addu'a kan bukata ta biya. Lokacin da aka ce ya saya kudi naira miliyan 5, amma so suke sai ya saya miliyan 6. Ya na gani na ce to duk yadda kuka gani ku kuka san wane ne to ku yi. To lokacin ne suka ce sun karɓi miliyan 6 a wurinsa, ni ma an ware min wani abu daga ciki kamar 50,000.
He said the role he played in the kidnapping of Rubuchi district head. He prayed for the kidnappers. They told him that they wanted to pay the ransom of 5 million naira. He told them that money is not enough, but at the end of the day, they told him that they collected the ransom of 6 million naira, and they shared it among themselves and kept the sum of 50,000 for them before he was rounded up.
Thereafter, Frank reveals that the force will strengthen its efforts to fishing out illicit drug promoters, which is the basis of all criminal activities in the country.
Are also going after dealers in illicit drugs. This is based on our understanding of the very strong nexus between violent crimes and illicit drugs, We believe, just like arms fuel, just like weapons fuel some of these violent crimes, illicit drugs also help in giving the criminals Dutch courage and giving them the leverage to commit all kinds of violent criminal activities against our citizens. In that vein, operatives from the STS, backed up by the Technical Intelligence Unit, followed up a lead and for weeks worked tirelessly until a gang that specializes in moving tramadol and other kinds of banned substances to the northwest and the northeastern part of this country, and specifically supplying these items to bandits, to armed robbers, to kidnappers, and then of course to terror elements. And if we must combat banditry, kidnappings, armed robbery, cultism, terrorism, and other forms of violent crimes in the country, we must simultaneously combat the spread and the use of illicit drugs. We will continue to intensify efforts, not just only to cut the supply of arms and ammunition to criminal elements, we will also work very hard with our partners to cut off the supply of drugs to these very dangerous elements.
They are heading to Fortiscon to deliver the drugs.
Akwai kayansa, sakonsa za mu kawo da shi. Sunan shi Idris. Sunan shi mai gidanmu sai da na zo masa da bukatan, ina dan bukatan kuɗi a wajensa haka, kamar naira 15,000 zuwa 20 haka. Sai ya ce mun tafi zai neme ni, waye gari sai ya kira ni. Sai ya ce mun akwai wani kayansa an ba abin da nake za mu je Onace mu towo da shi. Sai nake to shikenan. Ya towo da tiket guda biyu ni da abokin. Tiket ɗin luxurious na Ife Ciku ya bamu guda biyu. Sai muka tafi Onace. Da muka je muka sauka ya bamu lamban wanda zai bamu kayan. Mun sauka ya ce mana dama mun sauka da safe da yamma za mu ɗauko kayan mu juya. Mun sauka mun wuni kayan bai, da muka kira ya ce a'a bai gama haɗawa ba. Shine sai da yamma muka ƙara kwana wa gari ya kira mu ya ce mana mu taho kaya ya haɗu. Sai muka ɗauko jakakuna mu muka zo. Muna zuwa sai muka samu wasu manya-manyan buhuna guda 3.
Ku nawa kuka je?
Ni da wannan mu biyu muka tafi.
He said they were sent by their master to Onitsha to go and receive the drugs.
At the event, the Nigerian Police Force also paraded a dangerous chemical called amino, which is used for making IED, thus being realistic that, with the mechanisms put in place, police operatives should be able to neutralize all criminal plots in the region.
How do you explain it?
We did tell you that what we carried out is a pre-Christmas mop-up operation. Specifically, what we try to achieve here is to ensure that every single plot to create problems for our citizens during this festival is thwarted. What you are looking at here, these bags you are looking at here, these are not bags of rice. Neither are they bags of beans or bags of stockfish. These are bags of very dangerous chemical called ammonium. Our operatives from the Explosive Ordnance Department, the Bomb Disposal Squad, have already taken samples They've tested them and they've confirmed that these are materials used for making IEDs. And if these items were allowed to get into their destination, only God knows the amount of havoc they would have done. But the good thing is, between January and now, the capacity of our operatives to intercept intelligence, the capacity of our operatives to use this intelligence proactively to neutralize criminal plots, and their capacity to move in, take on suspects, arrest them, and recover weapons and other items meant for the commission of dangerous items have been substantially, significantly increased. What you've seen here again is a product of such robust intelligence operation.
I am Vincent Okushi, reporting for Quality Television.